All right, baby. Let's get down.
The world-famous Las Vegas sign on the south side of the Strip. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the NBA Cup semifinals. It's been a thriller here in the Western Conference, and we expect more of the same tonight. With Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and Hall of Famer David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. And our special guest at the broadcast table for this one, the celebrated Shams Charania. Hey, Shams, thanks so much for joining us tonight. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Kevin, thanks so much. Always fun to hang out with you and all your crew and talk basketball.
All right, I've told Doris and Greg and David, just buckle up because we are going to be on a great ride with you. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Anthony Davis.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Conley, and it's McDaniels in at the small forward. And for the Lakers, down in the block, it's LeBron and Davis. MP out there with Austin Reeves. And it's Hachimura in at the 3. It'll be Los Angeles off the tip. The bright lights of the NBA Cup semifinals. So much pressure. And guess what? MP thrives in the spotlight. Guys, he loves it.
Yeah, and talking to MP before the game, you could tell he was ecstatic. The entire NBA is watching this one. MP has a huge chance to prove himself. I expect him to have a big game.
And so the Los Angeles Lakers get the first points of the ballgame. And since the Phil Jackson era, Shams, the Lakers are now on their 7th, I don't even believe I'm saying it, 7th coach in the last 14 seasons. What a turnstile that has been.
They're keeping us reporters busy. To me, it's all about stability now moving forward with the Lakers. I do believe they intend to give their new head coach plenty of opportunities over the next few seasons to continue to coach and continue to be the coach for the long term. You have to figure out the recipe of success, not only now but moving forward. And the Lakers, from what I'm told, want to give their new head coach the opportunity to build for the long haul.
And I love what you said, the word stability. They need it in LA.
And he'll get ahead of speed when there's that much of a lane. You can't get in AD's way.
Gobert finds DiVincenzo. Lets the 3 fly. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
It's all about mindset out of the gate. If you're aggressive and they give you room, go ahead, let it fly.
That one drops for him.
Boy, they came ready to play. That's 4 straight buckets to start the game.
Knocked loose and stolen by MP. Here's David.
Oh, my goodness. AD wanted them to feel that one. Davis boosts his whole team with that explosiveness.
On our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you just saw an explosive highlight. Out to Conley. Handle a screen on MP. Just 5 on the clock. Conley the pass to DiVincenzo. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
and the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Count it, good.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, briefly spoke with J.J. Redick. The first thing Coach brought up, Rudy Gobert, the multiple-time Defensive Player of the Year. Worried about Rudy's length, of course, saying it causes total havoc around the rim. So, the counter is lots of threes and avoiding Gobert in the lane. The French center still with a massive effect on the game plan. Kevin?
All right, David, thanks. Hey, Shams, no one is keyed on the league like you. Is there an under-the-radar trend that you're seeing around the NBA, or the next thing that you're anticipating may happen with the way the league will sway one way or the other?
Talking to executives around the league, it's clear that length has been very important, but having players that do multiple things and are versatile, that is of the utmost importance right now. We saw what happened with the Celtics winning a championship this year. I think that certainly is going to have an impact on how teams are going to build moving forward. Like the Celtics, you want to have players, 3 to 5 players that are playing heavy minutes for you, that are doing everything out there on the floor, not just one particular move.
Here's Randall following the basket by Anthony Davis. Over LeBron. Randall no good.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
And now they're turning this game into a drag race, sprinting out for easy fast break basket.
And so it's Minnesota with it, following the basket by MP. Randall finds DiVincenzo. Randall with a screen for DiVincenzo. Another miss by Minnesota.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
Here's MP, and he misses the fast break layup.
Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the break, and he blows it.
It was right there for him. He'd love to have that one back. That was embarrassing.
And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for Los Angeles.
They're really mucking things up for the opposition, racking up steal after steal, just not letting them develop any kind of offensive rhythm.
And the other thing that's working for them tonight, getting out into the open floor, a lot of the damage coming in transition.
Conley against MP. And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Last year's playoff, Shams, we did see a lot of players injured and unable to play. What are some of the solutions that may be being talked about that you hear about?
People certainly ask if this is a result of the 65-game rule. Is it the more physical play? Is it the consequences of the regular season? The league is going to take a wait-and-see approach to determine if this is an issue they have to fix. But they do love the results of what this has brought as far as player availability moving forward.
Yeah, they do seem sold on that 65 number, don't they?
100%. And at the end of the day, some of these injuries are flukish. There's a lot of, obviously, lower body injuries, and you can't measure that. I think the league is going to want to see more data over the next 5 to 10 years to really determine, does this rule impact the game and impact injuries?
Here's Conley following the basket by LeBron James. Conley with it, defended by Reeves. And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. That's in there. Conley with the assist.
Conley is like a second coach on the floor. His guys are open. I promise you he'll get them the ball.
And oh my goodness! What a play!
Goodness. MP going deep in the bag with that one.
And it's Conley with the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They trail by 16. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
And I credit the shot selection in that one. It's hard to stay patient, but you see the reward.
Well, typically, Greg, great decision-making leads to great shooting percentages. I thought that team played a very smart game.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and are on a string.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Timberwolves trail by 20. Here's Conley. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Now, Mike Conley understands how to draw contact and still try to get a shot opportunity. He'll go to the line for the end one.
And the Lakers making a change here. Russell's checked in. The Timberwolves also with the sub. Alexander Walker's checked in. That's good from Conley. And Shams, nothing gets a workout like your phone. We're talking NBA. We're watching this game. We got this great group here courtside. You've got 2 phones working, and I'm sure that a day. Is there even a number we can put with that?
Kevin, how many texts do you get a day related to NBA info? You're coming at me. You know the job is, it's hundreds of messages flooding my phone on a daily basis, and the screen time usually in busy seasons tends to be closer to 18 to 20 hours, but this is what we signed up for. This is what we love to inform the audience.
Oh, and I know you love every second of it.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
Randall outside. No good on the triple.
He's so frustrated. Hasn't had a make all game. It's making it very difficult for them to find any success.
And James gets it to go.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Now here's Randall. 33 points last game from 17 feet out. And Davis pulls it down.
Just doing the job on the backdoor.
Inside. Here's LeBron. Falls right in. He is 8 for 11 with that shot.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Pass to Conley. Gobert with it. He's guarded by Davis. Russell against Conley. 5 to shoot. Randall with the bucket.
Well, this shot is in his bag. Julius Randle more than happy to take the jumper if you concede it.
Now Reeves. Russell inside. Covered by Conley. And a wide open look for James. Good. That's Russell picking up the assist. LeBron's got 19 points. Pass to DiVincenzo. Drives to the hoop. And slam dunk by Gobert.
All too easy for Mr. Gobert in the painted area. Nicely done.
Russell looking around. And it goes down 2 points.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
The Timberwolves shooting just 35% to start the game. Well, the latest CBA introducing the second apron, limiting Shams what teams above the cap can do. How does that new rule affect teams?
Decision makers tell me that they're very much keeping an eye on the second apron, not only of their team, but others, and teams that will have to shed salary because of the second apron and the amount of big contracts we're going to see teams give to players. You're going to see it at the top, but that may dwindle in the middle of their roster. But we will see a more competitive league because of these new CBA changes. And less of a chance of super teams, just more parity and dispersed talent.
Do you constantly read over some of these CBA agreements? I would assume that you do, to have a full understanding of terms like the apron, like we just talked about, and all the other things, the luxury tax, all the things that make deals possible.
It's one thing to have luxury tax. It's a whole nother animal now to have the second apron. And that, certainly for teams that are deep in the second apron, that limits their ability to go make major trades, to be able to sign players for more than the minimum. And we're seeing that happen to at least one or two teams around the league right now. So how will that impact things? But certainly the CBA being 50, 60, 70 pages, that's something you pour through before every account.
Well, if you want to pinpoint one thing about Mike Conley, it's his feel for the game. That's a pretty pass.
And it's Davis missing.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
DiVincenzo kicks to Randall. And the foul on Rui Hachimura. That's his first foul.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Hayes, he's checked in for Davis. Vanderbilt comes in for LeBron. Christie, he's checked in for Hachimura. And it's Gabe Vincent in for Austin Reeves. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Gobert. McDaniels comes in for Julius Randle. Joe Ingles is checked in for Donte DiVincenzo. And Dillingham subbed in for Mike Conley. Outside, Russell. Back to Vincent. A rebound by the Timberwolves. In the corner, Dillingham with it. There's the three. Vanderbilt with the rebound. Los Angeles leading by 21. Pass to Vincent. Here's Christie. Gets the 14-footer to fall.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
They have used their size and their strength to get off any shot they want. They've dominated on the interior.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Now, here is Russell. He's covered closely. Dillingham with the rebound.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
From deep three-point land. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for Los Angeles. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. We come back right after this. Welcome back to the NBA Cup semifinal. Second quarter action getting underway. And guys, the Lakers are pretty much in control here.
Well, look at the turnover ratio, then look at the score. Easy to see what happened in that first period.
Offensively, they took care of the ball. And defensively, they forced a number of miscues.
They've got MP. He's out there with Jared Vanderbilt. Then it's Vincent, and it's Christie in at the 3 spot. That's the group for the Lakers to start the second quarter. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey guys, MP in the last game against the Rockets lit up the floor. He ended up with 62 points and made everyone around him better with his passing, with a whole lot of assists. He ended up with a stat line he's no doubt proud of, and I'm sure he wants to replicate it again. Kevin?
All right, David, thanks. It's going to be interesting to see how he follows up that performance.
MP, what a fancy finish.
And we play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. And the influx of international players continues to just fill these rosters in the NBA. And Shams, it has truly become a global league.
It's truly a beautiful thing, right, Kevin? We want sports to bring people together, to really galvanize communities, no matter your ethnicity, no matter your gender, anything. And now I really feel we're breaking down a lot of barriers in the world.
And think, 3 of the top, 5-6 players, we got Doncic. We've got Porzingis, of course, who is such a nice player, but Antetokounmpo and Jokic. I mean, the names go on and on of key contributors to winning teams.
You have to make a case that the world team against the U.S. team, if they were ever stacked against each other, that would be a heck of a game.
Well, you and I would pay for the ticket, wouldn't you? I would pay to watch that.
I'm willing and able to pay immediately, Kevin. Sign me up. When are we going?
I hope soon. Pass to McDaniels. Up top, Reed to the inside. Dillingham.
Naz Reid, what a nice find. This guy always has his eyes up and ready to look for options.
MP looking around. A rebound by the Timberwolves.
Unbelievable. He blew that look, guys. No clue what went wrong there.
Here's Alexander Walker, defended by Vincent. And that one, good.
Makes up for a lack of speed with just tremendous effort and hustle on that play.
MP outside. And good that time. MP's got 8 here in the quarter.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Pass to Dillingham. And here's Reed. Shot clock at 5. Picked by Reed. And again, it's Minnesota.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
We see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Timberwolves have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. And Charms, I've always wondered, watching you, reading you, when did you first fall in love with the NBA? And when did you decide to cover it?
Really, when I was around 10, 11 years old, I grew up in Chicago right as the Bulls dynasty was starting. I wasn't quite old enough, but I was old enough to see some of those scrappy Bulls teams in the mid-2000s. And basketball was always a part of the national discourse, but also part of my life playing it, and then now being someone that's able to inform the audience and the public.
You know what? I'm looking up and down this table. I think we all feel the exact same way. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Alexander Walker finds Reed. Back to Alexander Walker. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And now, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
Alexander Walker taking 2 shots.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original person.
The previous play is under review.
A lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays,
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Anthony Davis is checked in for Hayes. LeBron comes in for Vanderbilt. Hachimura, he's checked in for Christie. And it's Austin Reeves in for Gabe Vincent. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Minnesota. Randall comes in for McDaniels. Free throw drops for Alexander Walker. Hey, Sean, for the past decade that you've been a major player in the NBA, it's been LeBron's league, it's been Curry's league. Who else is going to take over this league, you think, coming up around the corner?
Given the NBA Finals we just had, have to throw in Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Luka Doncic into the fold as far as faces of the NBA. But Nikola Jokic is so good. He will be one of the guys for a while. Giannis Antetokounmpo, you have to mention him as well. But ultimately, you have to also keep an eye on Victor Wembanyama, the way that Victor Wembanyama could take over the league. And already, so early, so special. Victor Wembanyama is someone to keep an eye on.
Okay, they just passed a note down to me, our gang here. What about Anthony Edwards at Minnesota? He's another one, right? Young American player who is really making an impact.
Anthony Edwards, Devin Booker, you have to consider those two as well. And it's special, the crop of young players that we have coming up in this league. One of them is sure to emerge as this generation, whether you're on board Michael Jordan, Bryant, LeBron James, there will be a face-off.
And we cannot wait.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Alexander Walker finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. Alexander Walker's got 8. Well, it was the Los Angeles Lakers winning their last game against Houston.
Well, it's easy to score when you're facing very little resistance. That's why their offense looks so good in that one.
Well, give them some credit for taking advantage of a weak defense and capitalizing on every mistake.
Here's Dillingham. And it's MV with the rebound.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
And finished off by Davis.
Smart pass by MP. Great to see a young player making the right decisions with the ball.
Timberwolves have gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. Now Dillingham. He's coming off a 31-point game against Dallas.
And let's not forget about the assist. This guy as a playmaker was a driving force for that offense. That's how you share the rock. He does this time and time again.
MP finds James, and again it's the Lakers from deep.
One of those nights where opposing coaches just shake their head. LeBron has taken over.
Mr. Gobert. Now Alexander Walker. He's defended by Reeves. Shot clock at 6. Here's Alexander Walker. He's defended by Reeves. Randall from outside. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And this group is about as formidable as they come. 22 wins in a row. It's just remarkable.
Almost mind-boggling that you could string together brilliant basketball over such a sustained period of time. Think about the focus that they have to bring nightly. Think about the commitment to grinding it out every single night, regardless of your opponent. Just absolutely incredible stuff.
Looking to end his cold spell. Rebounded by the Lakers. LeBron's got his 5th rebound in this one.
I'll tell you, it feels all night like this guy's been forcing shots, rushing shots. He's really struggling on the offensive end.
Here's Dillingham, covered by MP. Randall, a screen on Reeves. The shot's good from Alexander Walker.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
And here's MP. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. Last time they met was in Minnesota, where they beat the Timberwolves.
Yeah, they cruised to a win in these teams' last encounter. And their field goal percentage was off the charts.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks very much. Austin Reeves went undrafted, but his success comes as no surprise to him. He says, "I've always felt like I belong." It goes back to childhood. His mom once asked him, "Is this confidence or cockiness?" And he told her, "You're basically kind of the same thing." Kevin, back to you.
That's something else. Undaunted. Hey, David, thank you. Davis setting the pick for LeBron. It's good from long range. James has got 32 points in the game.
Well, they're calling his number time and time again, and he is delivering.
Gobert with the screen on Reeves. The shot's good from Alexander Walker.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
A nice shot by LeBron.
Well, this guy flat out carrying the load for them offensively. He is taking and making good shots. What a terrific job.
Randall against LeBron. Randall passes to Alexander Walker. Picked by Randall. Pass to Dillingham. From downtown. Keeps it alive. And Davis pulls it down. Los Angeles has gone 6 of 8 on three-pointers in the game. An outstanding 75% mark. LeBron, good.
Well, you love his effort level, right? Particularly when it's winning time. He is going for the finish.
Randall with a screen for Dillingham. Now here's Randall. They get a hand on it. The tray. Hachimura grabs the miss. And Los Angeles guys shoot.
Wow. MP is cooking right now. And, folks, this is exactly what we expected from this young man.
Shams, I am so sorry our time has run out. It has been great having you here with us. We appreciate your time so much, and I hope we do it again soon.
Thanks, Kevin. Anytime. You know, when I'm not on my phone, I'm here to talk to you and talk hoops with you anytime of the day.
Oh, I love it. Thank you so much again. KDB, wasn't that terrific talking to Shams? He is as plugged into everything around the NBA as anyone you could hope to meet.
A guy who's really in the know, and as somebody who prides themselves on doing research, boy, you have got to respect the legwork and the dedication he brings to the table.
Here's Randall. They can't stop the run with that one.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now, because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
Well, defensively, Doris, these Minnesota Timberwolves are really a cut above the rest.
They led the league in defensive rating in 2024. They have so many ways to shut down what you're trying to do offensively. Length, athleticism, rim protection, commitment, and great scheme. They are a nightmare.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Christian Woods checked in for Anthony Davis, and D'Angelo Russell subbed in for Austin Reeves. The Timberwolves also changing it up. McDaniels, he's checked in for Joe Ingles. Dante DiVincenzo comes in for Alexander Walker. And Mike Conley subbed in for Dillingham. Good. 6 points for Julius Randle.
Boy, there was plenty of contact down low, but Randle assertive and able to find the finish.
MP's shot is good.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Conley kicks to DiVincenzo. Pass to Gobert. Here's Randall. Great D that time from James. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We'll get you back to the action after this break.
Thanks for joining us for this fun-filled burst of basketball bliss. We kick off tonight's show with the power rankings across the league.
You look at the Timberwolves, they're holding steady near the top of the rankings. Definitely one of the better teams here at the midway point.
In position to make some noise come playoff time. We'll see. And going back now to that first half, you could say things are going extremely well for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Look, guys, anything can happen in a game like this, and we've already seen this kind of hype. You know, we know what it brings. I wouldn't go so far as to speculate that the players are dealing with nerves like we see during the postseason, but the energy in that building is fire.
What about the energy right here, Shaq? I mean, EJ, me, we're just warming up, watching the first half.
Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
We are just one half.